Friends, when you think about the health and all other things, and as in a medical sector, you all well aware that the health is most important for all the citizens, and your contributions are well recognized, and you are still actually producing many committed doctors and many medical sector, many persons to treat certain diseases and doing really great job. But the same way, I would like to inform you that there are the many other diseases also there in the country. It is not just bodily or anything. It is not just virus or bacteria. There are the other social problems also. So if exactly if you don't address such issues, it is very difficult to actually to protect what the Constitution of India has enshrined and given us, a kind of a freedom, liberty, fraternity, all this. But problem today, we don't think about much. We are running just like that. What is our career? What is our next? So we are studying and we are going to the colleges and everywhere. When we go to the college also, we choose where we get the good money, where we get the good status, where we get the next future. So we always think about our personal future in terms of the money and facilities, not in the terms of actually the satisfaction, and not in the terms of actually to look. So there is some problem, so you will never respond. So if there is a problem, we do respond in different way today. If there is a lynching is happening somewhere, or if there is some accident happens, so majority, instead of responding to the accident, we try to actually start our mobile phones to take the selfie first, then later you start and you want to say everybody that I have seen this first. So ours first is actually to broadcast or telecast certain incident instead of actually to address. So this kind of a standstill movement of the India. So we are in the standby. We almost like we lost a kind of a living any one organ within the body. It is almost like a death cells. We are treating and we are producing, we are celebrating, we are thinking about that. And we do always live more on the history than the present. We say that 5,000 years before we were like this. 3,000 years before, we were like this. And in the world, we are the number one. In the universe, we are the number one. We are the number one on this. We are the number one on this. Like it is a kind of a phobia. We just got into this kind of a, we tuned for that. So we want to be a first. So everywhere we want to be first. What is that first? When the society is in so much of inequality, very recently, Human Development Report says very clearly, India is the country where the rich and poor, gap between the rich and poor, tremendously increasing. After 70 years of the independence, still we are struggling to actually match. The Constitution, Article 38 and 39 says very clearly that state has a responsibility to actually to minimize the inequalities. My dear friends, can any one of us in this whole country can honestly state or say that we are really moving in that direction? The Constitution is the guiding force for all of us. We have just moved away from the Constitution. Can we find out any one village where there is no untouchability? Can we show one place where there is no patriarchy? We are unable to move forward. But we do celebrate that we are so great. So what is that greatness? That is what I am requesting all of you. You find out your own way. Don't follow just like that somebody is coming and speaking and we are going to tell something. No. We are here to just share our experiences. I am from the manual scavenging community. My parents were the scavengers. They used to clean the human excreta in the dry latrines in Kolar goldfields in Karnataka. This is an age-old practice, that is what we think. But the practice still After 35 years, I am also involved in this movement. But till even today, 1.6 lakhs of the Indian citizen, particularly the women, they clean the human excreta in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, few parts of the Maharashtra, few parts of the Rajasthan and Jammu Kashmir and Uttarakhand and Gujarat. What shall we do? We talk too much. And in this, so much so we praise, glorify, between this, in the midst of this, we actually forget the minimum things. The marginalized, the minorities, the women, the rights. No, we don't have the perspective of the rights. We do think that something we are doing great. So there is nothing great. What we are doing all these years, we are just fulfilling what is there in the Constitution. Just like example, it is a rights. We must understand everything from the rights perspective, because the Constitution says very clearly, rights are not just somebody has given and we have taken. Rights are, it is an inherent. It is a natural. For all citizens, rights are equal. But in India, it is not, for everybody is equal. So we have to look. I am not, when we say that this is going wrong, then everybody will think, oh, you are saying this is wrong, so you have no patriotism. No, patriotism not deal with any kind of this. You have to get up and say, if something going wrong. That is the actually true citizen of this country. When the things goes wrong, then you come another way and you start your mobile phone and start making the photograph, that cannot be a true citizen at all. Many problems, not just. And state also, when I am also talking, well aware that in a kind of a military kind of a this thing, defense. But there I want to make it very clear. State is the servant for the citizens. State is not the supreme. Finally, the sovereignty lies with the citizens. The citizen, when they are not sovereign citizens, you cannot make the state as a sovereign state at all. So we must understand very clearly, when you say the minister, minister is the servant. The state is the servant for the citizens. When you do something, you should not feel that I have done this, so I want to put the big wall poster, big hoarding that I have done. No. What you have not done all these years, you are now just started. We must feel shame for the what we have not done 70 years. We are now started doing certain things. Then you must feel very clearly, I am doing my fundamental duty. So don't think that we have done something like. So many issues like this in the country. So my humble submission to you, all youngsters today, you must build the country with the rights perspective. There is no any charity. When we are doing work with the manual scavenging community, we never felt that we are doing something. There is nothing we are doing. Actually, we are bridging the gap. We are bringing all others to on the board. So where everybody can take off at one time. This is in a running race where somebody has gone far away and others are not even started their race. And you are started declaring who is going to win. So this inequality cannot make a kind of a peace and justice and harmony in the society. So my submission is, from the manual scavenging community, past 35 years, we are also doing the whatever is possible. And we make all attempts with the governments. We have a capacity. We don't think that we are, don't underestimate. That's not my point here. We do have the greatest, tremendous capacity. We have a capacity to launch one rocket with 104 satellites at one time. Greatest thing. We must celebrate. We must feel happy for that. But at the same time, we don't have any equipment to clean 10 feet or 5 feet below you. There is a sewer line and septic tank. We have no technology. We do ask the human beings to enter and clean that. When they are cleaning like that, there are the many thousands are dying. We have collected the data after the Supreme Court judgment. So we understood that 1,470 such citizens has died in the sewer line and septic tank. Till now, we have not developed any equipment, any mechanized way of cleaning. So my submission and demand to the country always, wherever I go, I used to raise my voice and say very clearly, we must mechanize all the sanitation. It is not just enough to build the smart cities, we have to make the sanitation also smart, where the human being no need to enter into the sewer line and die. Within 34 days last month, in national capital Delhi, 10 people died in the sewer line and septic tank. So we must understand where our actually the development, our progress, our technology, our scientists, where we are looking. So if we are not exactly preventing the deaths in the sewer line and septic tank, we cannot celebrate. Just like that, come and say that, Mera Bharat Mahan. My dear friends, we have to say that, Mera Bharat Mahan, and we have to take our responsibilities to protect the life and dignity of all the citizens in the country. Thank you.